Everyone to the Wilson here in the Inside Nomad New York Hotel. I'm here with Alexandra.
Hi.
And we have been collaborating these past few days to do a series of videos of New York City and the heavy snowfall. And the great way to cozy up is with some cocktails.
Yes.
And some food,
yes,
which we're going to eat. So for everyone to know, we are right now in the actual outdoor space. It's very well heated, so that's why I'm not wearing the heavy jacket right now.
Yeah.
But we are right next to open windows and everything, so we will be removing our masks and chatting, but we are in very good airflow. There's a lot of open air over here. And also, let us know where you're watching from. And we're gonna chat about the food, we're gonna have a few dishes, see how they are here at the Wilson and Inside Nomad. So welcome everyone. Now, let's try the cocktails,
yes,
shall we? All right.
Awesome. Salud.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Mmm. This is good. This is the Castaway, which is named after the movie that has a main character named Wilson.
Wilson.
He's not very talkative in the film, though.
No. If he did, I'd be a little concerned if he was talkative. So.
This is really good. It's with Campari, grenadine, and sage. Great combination. And you are getting
a margarita, because why not?
But I actually like that you're getting a margarita, because we're going to chat a little bit about you.
Yeah.
Tex-Mex background,
yes,
coming over here to New York
yes,
a little bit later.
I am a Tejana, so we cannot resist the margaritas. I mean, it's in my blood.
Is it a stereotype to enjoy margaritas, or?
It's a if it is, I welcome it,
okay,
because I really do enjoy them.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, I welcome it.
Susan says it sounds wonderful. You know, I'm using the new dual mic system. So thank you to all the sponsors who've been giving patrons and supporting and super chatting. Now we have two mics, so we have surround sound. Okay, so tell us a little bit about the Wilson. It's a new restaurant within the hotel, right?
Yes, yeah. So the hotel is 4 years old. However, the Wilson's only 2 years old. So we partnered with the company In Good Company Hospitality. They go by IGC. They have other restaurants like the Refinery Rooftop. So they have other locations in New York. So they came to us and we partnered with them, and they opened this gorgeous space here, which we saw yesterday. And they specialize in Northeastern cuisine. So it's a lot of seafood. And it just has this nice eclectic feel to it. And yeah, they've been open for about 2 years. In normal times, they do have a lot of private events because they have the space for it. We have brunch on the weekends currently. We have a happy hour. So yeah, there's a lot of fun things going on here.
And brunch is so important nowadays for hotel restaurants, because it's become such a ritual nowadays.
Right. Yeah. It's like a must for New Yorkers. When I first moved here, I was like, oh, brunch is a thing, and everybody. If you don't have it, then you're kind of like not the cool place. So we have that. We're a cool place.
Oh, cool. So, that's awesome.
But it's a lot of fun things here. The vibes are great, as you mentioned about the outdoor space. It's nice and cozy. You can see the streets of New York City. And we're nestled in such a great neighborhood, and the food is excellent. We have a wonderful chef who's a New Yorker. We have a lot of fun stuff.
That's interesting.
Here.
Okay, so let me show the space around, everyone. And let me know where you're watching from, and we'll try to get as many questions as we can. So here's the outdoor space. It's gigantic. It's huge. Windows open, lots of airflow coming through. And we have gigantic heaters, and that's why I feel nice and warm over here. Are you warm?
I am warm and toasty.
Yeah, warm and toasty.
The tequila's gonna help, but the heaters are great too.
And of course we have the Instagram wall and everything. And you guys also have a gigantic indoor space, which will open soon.
Yeah, we do.
Wow.
Excited to open that back up.
So this is the cocktail right here. And it looks very tropical. Yeah. Very tropical vibes here.
Trying to do the play on the Northeastern thing.
I love the lo-fi hip hop vibes.
Yeah.
Per my request, because there was some pop music playing earlier.
Yeah, exactly. Can't have that, but.
All right, let me just adjust this. Okay. So tell me a little bit about how you came working for the Inside Nomad.
Yeah, so I've worked for other companies that were competitors in the past, and I had been with them for a long time. This company came to one of my previous hotels. They were scoping our product out. They really liked me as a person, and then they offered me a job shortly after that. I wasn't looking. I was very happy where I was, and
Okay.
oh,
Yeah, awesome.
Drop off your apps for
yes.
now.
So
Thank
we'll
you.
continue that later. We got appetizers
Wonderful.
going now.
Oh wow, this
Stop
is
everything
great.
for the food always.
Yeah.
This is our beautiful,
Definitely.
beautiful general manager.
Hey.
So I'm bringing up some Brussels sprout tacos.
Okay.
Known for this, people love them. Amazing little treats. You can eat like a million of them. It's caramelized yogurt.
They look very cute.
Crispy
Yeah.
fried Brussels sprouts. Some black pepper jam.
Ooh.
Yeah, they're delicious.
Oh, that sounds good.
And then we have our charred octopus.
Okay.
So chef uses sea beans. They're a cool ingredient to use. They're really salty. She soaks them, soaks some of the salt out.
Yum.
And then it's some sliced cucumbers and a tahini vinaigrette.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Enjoy,
much.
Of course.
Thank you.
Wow. Okay, so some charred octopus. Look at
Octopus.
that. Wow, I love this. I have it usually with Greek cuisine, but I see more and more American places
Yes,
have it.
absolutely.
So if you can cut this in half,
Absolutely.
as
Will
I
do.
show over here, the Brussels sprouts taco.
The Brussels sprout tacos are incredible.
Look at that.
Probably my favorite.
It looks so good. It looks so cute too.
Yes.
Are the tortillas made out of Brussels sprouts as well?
No, they're
No.
not, but
Okay.
that's a good idea.
They're classic tortillas. Okay.
Yes, that's a good
That's
idea.
so cool. Yeah. I almost thought it was like full-on Brussels sprouts because a lot of people are doing cauliflower
Cauliflower,
flour
everything.
nowadays.
Yeah.
All right. As you're cutting that, let me say hi to a few people.
Easy to slice, but if you'd like some
Oh,
extra
cool.
share.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Thank you.
So it goes well with beer.
Absolutely.
The octopus, interesting in the tacos. I can eat 100 of those baby tacos.
Yeah. You can come by and enjoy 100.
right. You can go for
We
it.
welcome that.
Right.
Why not?
Looks delicious, says Sarah. Kay says that you're great on camera. That's because you do
thanks.
on-camera work.
A little bit.
So tell us what do you do aside? What's your other life?
My other life. So my other life, very exciting. I'm an actor, model, dancer, producer, writer.
Yeah.
So
Oh, cool.
I feel like
All the
that's pretty New Yorker of me, even though I'm from Texas. You know, we all have our careers, and then we have like our other side hustles. So yeah, I do a lot of on-camera work. If you watch some shows that are filmed in New York, you'll probably see me in the background of a few. I did Orange is the New Black. That was a one I did for 3 seasons.
Oh, cool.
So I was an inmate. I swear I'm innocent. I did some stuff on the Blacklist.
Wait, it's not a documentary?
It's not based on real life.
Neither. Yeah.
And you know what? The prison uniforms are very
Right.
comfortable, so
Oh.
I was trying not to get too comfortable. But yeah, so I've done a lot of on-camera work. I went to school for theater. If I, can snap my fingers, I would definitely want to do some stage work one day. But yeah.
And dance.
And dance, I am
Yeah.
a dancer. Yeah, I do a lot of hip hop, a lot of jazz, a lot of commercial pop. So I kind of am a mix of all that.
Ooh, oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And we end up meeting through Mallory Dunn, who
Yes.
runs Smart Glamour, because we use the same masks.
Yes.
And you were a fan of my videos in the beginning.
Yes.
And we're sharing it on LinkedIn specifically, which is so cool because
Yeah.
the LinkedIn audience usually doesn't see my videos.
Which is wild. I feel like it's perfect for that platform for folks to see
Yeah.
it. So I don't know. I was sharing it on LinkedIn. I'm a big fan. I'm happy you're here. And
If I end up getting hired by either Discovery Channel or Netflix, now I know who was responsible for it.
love it. No, just kidding.
All right, let's try these
Yes,
Brussels sprouts
let's try.
tacos.
So since you're our guest, you get obviously the bigger part of this octopus
Well,
when
let's
you're
try
ready.
the Brussels sprouts first.
Ooh,
Right here.
okay. All right.
Yeah. All right, look at that.
Yes.
Wow.
Salud. How good is that?
So, to be 100% honest, when I heard Brussels sprout tacos, I'm an adventurous eater. I love trying new things. But it did not sound like it could be super appealing.
Right? And
this-
it's a surprise in your mouth. It's pretty.
This
pretty
is
awesome.
exactly, it's a surprise in your mouth. I love the mayo or that
It's-
sauce that's being used.
Yeah, it's like a yogurt.
Oh, it's a yogurt.
Yes.
Oh, wow. It's super creamy.
Yogurt, jam. The Brussels sprouts are made to be very soft, and it looks like they're I don't know.
Show that
dunked
Brussels
in
sprout
it.
in the camera.
They're like
because-
dunked in
Let's
the.
put it a little bit closer because look how charred it is.
Yes.
Hard for word to pronounce, but look how nicely cooked it is.
I know that's a tricky word, charred. So yeah.
It almost tastes like barbecue, like a
Yeah,
nice pulled pork.
that's I haven't thought of that at all, and I've had these a million times.
Well, it's like a new thing here in New York City. It's trying to make vegan barbecue, and I think what they're doing here is pretty damn close. It's really awesome. Almost also tastes, if you're familiar with jackfruit, has a very similar taste to it.
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
I love the crunchiness of the taco as well. It's like a hard taco but thick one. It's like a gordita.
Oh yeah. You're making me realize all this. Hello, I'm
from Taco Bell, but in a good way.
not the bad Taco Bell. Hello, I'm from Texas. I should know this.
Wow.
It's really good. This is probably one of the most popular items. So
That's mind-blowing.
whenever we have clients over of mine, that's the first thing they want to order. It's great.
I mean, if I were to hold a conference here or work for a client that holds a conference here, I'm going to say, order 100 of these.
Like, sneak me in, give me 100.
Because I've been to a few other conferences. I usually love I love eating at the conferences because they have all this food available.
Yes, the event industry
It's
needs
free.
to come back just for the food, right? Just for the catering.
All right. So you mentioned that you were from Texas. So where are you from in Texas?
I am from a little place, I call it little, named San Antonio, Texas. That's where I'm born and raised. So
Is it really little? It's not little, right? No, it's pretty big. Yeah.
San Antonio at one point was the 8th largest city, I believe, in the United States. Don't quote me, I'm sorry, I shouldn't be spreading false facts. It's a fairly large city. I mean, I'm born and raised there. I moved here to New York about 9 years ago.
Yeah.
Going on 9 years. So yeah, I was born and raised there. I started my career out there. I did acting out there. All my family is there. I'm the only one up here in New York.
Oh, cool.
So,
Okay.
yeah, I love the whole scene in Texas, but I kind of wanted everything that New York had, the opportunity and just the people and the vibes. And Texas is very laid back. It's very chill.
Yeah.
New York is very fast paced, and I'm kind of in that mentality as well. But, sometimes I enjoy going back home and slowing down a bit. But the second I'm there, I'm like, okay, now I need to get back to doing things. So.
Right, it's a different way of life.
It's a very different way.
Oh, interesting. I have a few questions I'm going to ask, but let's try that octopus first.
Let's do the octopus.
Todd, thank you so much for the super chat. $5. I appreciate you.
Hey.
Thank you.
All right,
right.
so you're our guest. You're going to get the bigger piece there.
Okay.
It's very good, I promise.
Yeah.
You also want to put a little bit of the lemon juice on
Right.
it
All
to
right,
make
let's
it
try
nice
this.
and
Actually, I'll show this
citrusy.
closer. Look at that, everyone.
Yeah, so
sorry
I have
to make
the tail.
Sorry to make anyone squeamish,
I know, but it's really delicious.
especially anyone who recently saw the Netflix documentary, My Octopus Teacher.
Oh, geez.
Do not watch this along with that
Yeah,
documentary.
just skip this part. Close your eyes.
All right, let's put some lemon. Do you need
Yes.
lemon or?
No, go ahead. It's
Okay.
all you.
All right, some lemon on the octopus. And
I'll take some of the greens that come with it.
It's awesome. People say it's gross. It looks weird, but I'm personally a huge fan of octopus. I grew up with it in Puerto Rican cuisine.
Yes.
We do octopus salad a lot. It's a very casual dish that you get at by the seashore.
Right.
Yeah.
Promise it's good, even though people think that it looks funky.
Yeah, right.
Most funky looking food actually tastes really good,
It's
so.
the steak of the sea.
Exactly. All right, we ready?
All right, yeah, let's try this out.
Okay. Right?
Whoa.
All the flavors kind of just go together so well.
So someone said to cut the octopus a little bit smaller piece. That is a good advice. Yeah, it's very flavorful. Also, again, it's very well charred. I wish I knew how to pronounce that word because I have a feeling I'm going to say it a lot tonight.
It's so funky, charred.
Say that 10 times over.
Exactly,
Everyone.
especially after drinking, forget it.
Octopus salad sounds inviting. Yeah, I mean, this is basically a salad because it's served on top of a lot of cucumbers.
Yes, there's fresh cucumbers, there's some greens.
Yeah. it is.
There's the lemon juice that kind of gives it that little citrus twist to it. Citrus twist, another tongue twister.
Citrus twist, yeah, precisely.
Citrus twist,
It
yeah.
has a nice kick to it. And I also love how juicy it is. So you guys are sourcing pretty good octopus, I can
Oh
tell.
yeah, oh yeah. Very, very good northeastern cuisine.
Because if you source bad octopus, it's so super obvious and it tastes like gum. Yeah.
Never heard that, but good to know.
right. You're lucky then. if you
Now I
haven't tried
know.
bad octopus.
And you know what's funny is growing up in Texas, we ate a lot of seafood, but not
Really?
like the Northeast. So, you know,
Okay.
we had a lot of like catfish and shrimp. It was not like lobster and
Some fried
octopus.
catfish?
Yeah, so like that was kind of the vibes in Texas. So when I moved here, I was like, oh, the sea is literally on my plate. So it was a whole new culture shock for me, the food up here in New York City.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
I was like, oh, okay.
So let me see for more questions. Do I need a new TV? It's all red. I mean, we're filled with a bunch of joy, and that's why we're brimming with redness. No, it's because of the heaters.
Yeah, we're in the Christmas spirit. You don't need a new TV.
Right there, it's all the heaters.
Unless you want to buy a new TV for Christmas, but no need to waste money.
Right, I mean, we're literally like the frozen north is right outside.
Right outside,
It's like
but we're comfortable in here.
29 degrees, windows are open, and yet I'm still toasty. These heaters are like super heaters.
Amazing.
Yeah. You're eating my teacher, says Paul.
Oh,
I'm sorry,
sorry.
Paul. A moment of silence for your teacher.
We'll drink to that.
Yeah, exactly. We'll drink to
We'll
that.
drink to your teacher.
Oh my God, this is a great cocktail.
Yeah, and it's very pretty too, the way they put it together. The crushed
Right.
ice, which is amazing.
Right. Ice is very important. If you have different types of ice,
Yes.
you're making good cocktails. Tropical in the snow. Yeah, basically that's how I feel. I mean, it's very snowy
Definitely
outside.
feels like that.
It's very snowy. Does the octopus taste closer to lobster or chicken? Your opinion?
Oh, I
Great
guess,
question.
I don't know. It tastes like it tastes kind of unique actually. I didn't think of chicken or lobster.
It's juicy, so it doesn't quite taste like lobster. Lobster.
Yeah.
It's so different, lobster.
I don't know. I'm sorry. Maybe you should come up and try it.
I would say octopus is more aligned with a good steak, as
Yes.
more of that similar texture.
Exactly.
It's like tuna's the chicken of the sea.
Octopus is the steak of the sea.
Steak of the ocean.
Steak of the ocean. Nice. Maybe we'll use that for our marketing.
Franklin says us two could have a TV show.
Let's do it. Netflix, are you watching? YouTube, are you watching?
There we go.
You can hire us. Two Latinx people, we're ready.
Right, precisely.
We're ready.
My Octopus Teacher Part 2, where we try octopus all around the U.S.
Everywhere. Yeah.
Wow, from South Korea. Hey!
Oh my
Thank you so much for tuning in. Let us know what's your name. I don't know how to read Korean, so do let us know. Please eat squid. Do you guys offer squid?
Oh, we don't offer squid. That's a good suggestion, though, for the menu.
But happy hour, you have something interesting.
We do have
Yeah.
happy hour, yeah.
So you have oysters.
We
for
do,
happy hour.
and they're delicious.
Let's try. Let's try 2 oysters. Yeah.
Okay.
So octopus is like squid. It must be prepared right. It's not rubbery. Yes.
Right.
So this one is very, very juicy.
And it's seasoned very well, too. They
And-
put some sort of season.
Ariel is young and has to think of his career first. Indeed. Y'all look great. Oh, thank you.
Yay. Y'all, is that person a Texan? Because I say y'all like it's my job.
And let's see if anyone has another question. We have a lot of comments over here. I am watching my morning show walk on TV, and this is on my phone. Looks good. Oh, Cindy, I'm so glad you're enjoying it.
Awesome.
I'm watching from Holland. Irshad, welcome Irshad. Nice to see you here. And thank you so much for the 400 yen. Please let me know how to pronounce your name. I think that might be Satu. And is indoor dining prohibited in New York City? It currently is. We are outdoors.
Yes.
It just doesn't look like it because of these gigantic industrial heaters
Yes.
that are right above our heads.
Exactly. Which feel great.
Like there's snow right next to us. It's below freezing.
Yep.
And I feel good.
Yes.
Maybe the hyperthermia has already kicked in.
Maybe
No,
the
I don't think so.
alcohol's talking or
That could-
in my body.
no,
but
no,
we feel
it's
pretty
warm.
comfortable.
It's warm. And oysters are amazing to eat. Indeed they are.
Yes.
All right.
And I put a lot of hot sauce on mine. I don't know if that's bad. I don't know, but I see people
No,
put
not at all.
Tabasco all the time.
So well, what do you grow up with in terms of hot sauce?
So I'm a big Cholula person. Tapatio. So, you know, Tabasco, of course. But man, I love my Cholula. I literally carry it in my purse, and that's not an exaggeration. I carry hot sauce in my bag. So when Beyonce wrote that lyric, it was very
That's
true.
legit. Awesome.
Hi.
Hey.
It's okay.
Oh, no worries.
How's it going? Do you want some more of this?
Oh, yeah. I'm still,
ahead.
Still eating, yeah. Awesome.
We're getting some room on the table for the mains.
I love cucumbers, so I'm going to grab all the cucumbers. Awesome. Thank you. All right. So, and then I'm going to grab you.
All you.
I'm going to grab
all
this
you.
last one.
I work
All right,
here.
perfect.
I can get some later. Thank you.
Okay, so it's getting hot in here, says Todd.
Yes.
Yeah, a bit. Outdoors equals indoors. No, so all the windows are open. There's airflow. Chi is charming.
Oh,
yeah.
thanks. I like to thank my parents for that.
Are you vegan? No. We just ate an octopus.
We did. I'm so sorry.
If we did, then mixed messages right there. What is the main course? You'll find out very soon. And so you grew up with, so what's your family's background?
Actually, I just did all my DNA history, the
Okay.
ancestry. It is very deep in Mexico and indigenous.
Cool.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, wow.
Round
okay.
two. That's right, everything is split.
Amazing.
Sandwich.
Thank you.
And our sweet charlotte.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much. Looks great.
Yay. It's okay.
Enjoy, guys.
Wonderful. Thank you.
So yeah, all my family is deeply rooted in Texas and Mexico, and
Right.
as a lot of folks know, Texas used to be part of Mexico, and so that's both sides pretty deeply rooted there in Mexico.
Oh, Mexico. Oh, cool.
Yeah, so
And there's a lot of like strong Mexican culture in Texas.
absolutely.
Because a lot of the Mexican food here we eat is Texas.
Tex-Mex, yeah.
Tex-Mex, yeah. Oh, interesting. And you guys visited Iran? I haven't. Have
I
you?
have not. I have not. Definitely want to when travel's up and going again.
And I have shucked tons of Maine oysters in Maine. Oh, cool.
Nice.
Awesome. And how are you dining in New York City if it's shut down? This is outdoors, but it looks indoors.
I know, technically we're outdoors, but we have massive heaters.
I mean, guys, technology is moving fast.
Seriously. Very fast.
Hi, I'm Alexandra. She's a great host.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Elle. And someone else left the super chat, so do let us know who else left the super chat. Okay.
Awesome.
Let's try this out.
So
Let's go for the ravioli first because
beautiful.
this is more time sensitive.
Yes.
So
I like that, time sensitive.
Here is the Swiss chard, another difficult word. Ravioli.
You shouldn't say difficult words with alcohol because it's just going to get worse.
This looks good. I
Yeah.
like this. Okay, let's
I'm
try
excited.
that.
I haven't tried this on the menu actually, so let's do it.
Stuffed
All
with
right.
mushrooms. Interesting. It looks good. Nice, fluffy ravioli.
Yes. Oh my God. Holy crap. That's really good.
Wow.
Why haven't I work here, why haven't I tried this?
And this has no cheese in it, right?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Yeah, it's no cheese. It just tastes very creamy.
Yeah, it's
Super
like
creamy.
whatever is used to saute it
Yeah.
is doing the trick of making it delicious.
Right. And then the stuffing is really good. Very hearty stuffing.
Yeah.
It has like a nice little kick to it.
Y'all can
It's
see the inside there.
right. It tastes
The inside.
It tastes a lot like goat cheese. It has like kind of a little that funk to it in a good way.
Yeah.
Also, I love the mushrooms. Very good mushrooms. And also it's like very kind of very buttery in a good way as well.
Very good. Yeah. That might be a new favorite. Wow.
Delicious.
Okay.
These are ravioli, Swiss chard ravioli with mushrooms.
Mushroom.
So this is the ravioli right there. Basically an Italian dumpling. That's what we're eating.
Nice. Never made that comparison. Very good.
I'm in love with this. Wow. Absolutely great sauce. It's super buttery, but yet it's like vegetarian. It has that great combination. It's a really great dish.
Now I'm gonna order this for lunch another day.
You know, ravioli is always hit or miss because ravioli dishes can be expensive and they give you like 4.
Exactly. Like, why? Who did that? Who started that? It's not fair.
Italy.
Oh, true. Oops. Yeah, they did.
Sorry, I had something in my throat. But but yeah. Like you have a hearty, like a very big serving over here. Which is nice.
Yeah, which is wild because, like you said, you'll get 4 just big squares, and you're like, "Cool, where's my meal?" And they're like, "That was it." So yeah.
And also lots of sauce.
Yeah, that's like my favorite part of pasta is the sauce.
So Wendy says, this is not fair. This looks so good. This is torture.
Wendy, I apologize, but you're right.
Right.
You just have to come visit.
That's
I will
the
personally greet you and take you to dinner, so please come.
That's amazing. All right, I'm gonna
Yeah.
take the
Keep
last bite
doing
of
that.
this.
I'm going back to the Octopus. 'Cause that was really good. Amazing.
I'm very hungry, so wow.
This is the best part of the job.
Yeah, right.
Getting to hang out and eat.
So Elizabeth says we're brave for eating on camera.
I know. Not flattering, but it's really good what we're eating, so.
I've been doing this for years, so I'm already an expert at it.
You're a pro.
And I gave Alexandra a briefing before.
Yeah, because I'm a beginner, but
How to eat on camera beforehand.
Yeah.
Which is wonderful.
Right.
Thank you. Okay, so looks so delish. What's for dessert? Oh, stay tuned.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
so we got some good dessert. All right, are we ready
All right.
for the next?
Let's try that. And then we'll chat a little bit more about living in New York City.
Yes.
I'm more curious about Texas versus New York. But we'll chat about that after we eat this.
Woo.
So here's the fried chicken sandwich.
Yeah, we have classics too.
Yeah.
We don't just have nothing but seafood. We do have classics.
That's good. Yeah. And of course, fried chicken, always a good choice.
Always delightful.
Yeah, always delightful.
On brunch, we do have chicken and waffles, which is like a thing in New York City and the South. But everybody's popping up with chicken and waffles in New York, I feel.
Chicken waffles invented in Harlem.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it's true.
It got
Not too far.
popular in the South, but it was invented here in New York.
Love it.
Yeah. All right, let's try it out.
All right.
So cool thing is this has a brioche bun
Yes, nice and
That's nice.
toasty.
and toasted.
Love when things are toasted.
Right, likewise.
I love fried chicken. That coleslaw and that sauce is so good. It has like a little kick to it.
Oh yeah, I feel it. Towards the end. Wow.
Right. That's what kicks do. They get you at the very end.
That has a very interesting
So
kick to
good.
it. This is a very fascinating mayo that they did. Oh wow! And I love the chicken. Of course, is very crispy and very juicy.
Yes, the batter is whatever's on it is seasoned so nice.
With the brioche, it makes it super
And
soft.
the pickles, they're little baby pickles.
Yeah, they're tiny little baby pickles. But that sauce is very interesting. You guys really excel in the sauces over here.
Yeah.
I really enjoy it. What are you having for supper? So fried chicken, we had ravioli, and octopus.
And Brussels sprout
And
tacos.
Brussels sprout tacos, yeah.
It's yummy.
Clean my chin. So my chin is actually not dirty. I have white hairs on my chin.
I'm glad this
Yeah.
is like red because I'm sure I have white hairs sticking out at the top. Yeah.
Yeah, guys, they're white hairs. You can see it in multiple
I know.
videos.
People are letting us know that we're old now.
They're in the worst position because I do a lot of eating on camera, and it looks like I have something on my chin.
It's all right.
See-
Age is natural.
Is the seasoning secret let me know how you say your name in South Korean, but is the seasoning secret?
Maybe. I don't know. I'm sure the
Stay
chef
tuned.
thinks so.
Ooh, wow. And then was there fried chicken sandwiches back in Texas?
Yeah. I grew up in San Antonio, as I mentioned, but the best place for it was Houston, Texas. I would frequent Houston a lot, for concerts and stuff like that. Houston's a little bit bigger, and it's about 3 hours away, so I would make a weekend of it, And they have some really good fried chicken, chicken and waffles. Like, it's just the culture over there is a little bit different from San Antonio. San Antonio feels a lot more Mexican influenced, and then Houston feels a little bit more Cajun influenced, and like just kind of it's close to Louisiana, and so.
Oh, fascinating. And then you have Austin, that's a little bit more hipster.
Love Austin. Austin's very hipster. I definitely agree with that statement. But I feel like the food is very different, even though it's an hour away from San Antonio. Austin has a lot of barbecue and a lot of that sort of stuff, which is really good, don't get me wrong, but I just love my Tex-Mex, so that's why I'm like, San Antonio's the best, but...
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so Austin's fun. Definitely recommend visiting Austin.
So they're known for Tex-Mex down there?
Absolutely.
And what's Tex-Mex for? Because I have people watching from all around the world, and Americans already get really what Mexican food is. Our conception is like Chipotle and Taco Bell, which is, of course, influenced by Tex-Mex.
Which hurts my heart, because it's so different.
Oh, it's so different, okay. Well, it's influenced by also by California Mex.
Yes. Yeah. And I feel like a lot of the southern states that border Mexico, they all have their own different flares, right? So for Tex-Mex can be interpreted by like a few different things, in my opinion.
Right.
This is my opinion, not a fact. There's, with Tex-Mex, there's like a lot of seafood Mexican. There's a lot of like refried beans and like burritos and stuff like that, which if you go to Mexico, it's not like that. So it's a lot of like fresh ingredients and corn tortillas. Tex-Mex has a lot of flour tortillas, and so it's a little different. I don't know. But all
interesting. Flour tortillas.
Yeah.
Okay.
When I went to Mexico not too long ago, it was just corn tortillas on everything, and it was so good. And I was like, wow, we don't do this in San Antonio. We do flour. So it's interesting.
Oh, and that's why the breakfast taco also is with the flour tortilla.
I saw you had earlier. That's a huge thing in San Antonio. Breakfast tacos are how we start our day.
Yeah.
So it's like our coffee to New York. Breakfast tacos is that for us in San Antonio.
It's the bacon, egg, and cheese of San Antonio.
Exactly. The bacon, egg, and cheese of San Antonio.
And you can have a bacon, egg, and cheese on a
and
tortilla.
A taco. Yeah. So.
How much is the food? So you can see the menu online and you can see the prices.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Of course, with New York City and usually I don't mention prices because things change and shift.
Especially in this time, we lowered our prices and we've made our menu, just a little bit more affordable because everybody's hurting. So we're going to help everybody together.
Right,
So,
precisely.
Yeah.
And we're good. Yeah.
Thank you.
We're eating very slowly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, thank you. So
Bacon, egg, and cheese taco. Yes.
Ask Alexandra any questions about how it is being a Texan in New York.
Yeah. People always know that I'm not from New York.
How is that? Why is that?
I don't know. I feel like maybe because I'm like, hi, how are you? I say y'all again like it's my job. People normally can spot it right away when I'm like, hey y'all, how's it going? I don't know.
Y'all is plural secondary, you secondary.
Right.
I mean, you plural.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
in
we
Spanish,
say,
it would be vosotros, if for all the Spaniards watching.
And we say all y'all in Texas, like that's a real phrase. Hey, all y'all, come this way, so people normally can spot it right when they meet me. They're like, you're not a New Yorker. I'm like, I am not. I definitely live here.
Oh, that's cool.
Pay that rent. Not a New Yorker.
Swisser, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. I appreciate it. That is going to the tip, because always tip your waiters if you're in the U.S.
Yes.
It's customary in the U.S. to tip. I know it's not the same in Europe, but here in the U.S. it is. Just like eggs, it is confusing. Ooh, what are you referring to, Jamie? And how do you get to my tours? You can watch them all for free on live video. And so, are you a Gemini? It's funny, a few people already said that.
Very much so. Yes, my birthday's in June.
I get that as well. I don't know why people say that.
See, but here's the thing.
I'm a Gemini as well.
I don't believe Geminis are two-faced. I believe they have double the personality. I'm not a two-faced. I will keep your secret till the grave, but I have double the personality.
Right. I'll keep your secret times 2.
Times 2, twice over. Even after I'm dead, I will keep your secret.
Do you get that comment a lot?
All the time.
You
People
do?
are like, are you a Gemini? I'm like, very much so. I also do have a Gemini tattoo.
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
But it's normally not spotted because I normally wear a sport coat or, a blazer, so.
Oh, all right.
People just know. It's like floating over my head. Like, okay. So.
Yeah. Geminis are the best SW too. Yeah, let us know what's your side.
Yes.
Irene's also a Gemini.
Gemini.
Kay is also a Gemini. We have a lot of Geminis watching. I think my show attracts a lot of Geminis. I think her bubbly personality is more Southern. So yeah, how is Southern personality versus New York or Texan? Because
Yes.
let's actually make a differentiation.
Yes.
Southern is not Texas.
Correct. Southwest.
Texas in a way has its own culture, different from Southern culture.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. So in the Southwest,
Right.
it's very friendly. You're kind of raised, to say yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, and how you doing? How's it going? Have a great day. Take care. On the road, when you're driving, it's a thing to wave to everybody on the highway. So
interesting.
we used to drive a lot, around Texas, and Texas is so big, it will literally take you 12 hours to get out from the bottom to the top. So when we would drive across the highway, me and my father, me and my mother, you wave to people on the other side. So as you're passing, you do your greeting. It's just a Texas thing. I don't know. So yeah, that's just how we are. So when I moved to New York and everybody
odd
was
here.
in their own zone,
Okay.
I was like, okay, got it. Don't need
Right.
to wave to everybody.
Right, because if you wave to random people, people will think
They'll think you're nuts.
either you're threatening them or they're crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's also in San Antonio about 1 to 2 million people. Here there's 11 to 12 million. So, it's just a different. San Antonio definitely
Texas is very
feels-
populated.
It is,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it feels like a small town,
Okay.
even though it's such a big place, like San Antonio. Like I would run into people at the grocery store all the time on different sides of town, so it just feels like a small city, but it's actually super big. So yeah.
And what compelled you to move over here to New York?
Working in hospitality and also doing the other activities I do, it's just thriving in New York City.
Oh, so you were in hospitality back in Texas?
Yes, I
Okay.
started my career fresh out of high school as a PBX operator. Answered phones, did front desk, did guest services, and I opened a hotel down there and everything like that.
You
But
opened up a hotel?
not myself. I didn't
okay.
lay the first brick.
Okay.
I was a part of the opening team.
Okay, good,
But I thought New York was the best place. There's 900 hotels here, so the opportunity is just endless in New York. And in San Antonio, a lot of people stay in their role for a very long time. In New York City, since there's so many hotels, you can move up.
Yeah.
And I moved up every single year I've lived here. So I'm now a director of sales, and I started out as coordinator.
There's a lot of turnover over here because
Yes.
when I used to work in tech and media, people would work maybe in a company for 1, 2, 3 years maximum and
Yeah.
then start moving to the next one.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
that's the average lifetime. I've been here 2 years, but I like it a lot here in this hotel in particular. So I really want to stay. So it's not like my other hotels, but yeah. So that's what it kind of compelled me to move here, and I've always wanted to live here since I was a kid.
Oh, okay. Why is that? Because I have a lot of people obviously watch my show because they love New York. So
Yes, and I don't blame you. New York is such a wonderful place. I think, I was a theater kid, so I watched, I watched stuff like Annie and like Rent, and I watched all these like New York City-based shows, and I was just like taken aback by the diversity, by all the culture, by the unique personalities, and just how you can really live your truth here. So it was just kind of inspiring, and not that you can't do that in San Antonio, don't get me wrong, you can, but it was just something about the bright lights and the big city and the fast pace and, the cultures. There's so much culture here in New York City.
Oh, that's so
So,
awesome. Let me grab a Negroni. Can I have a Negroni, please?
A Negroni.
Thank you.
Okay. Happiness.
Happiness.
Is that the name of
That's the
cocktail?
name of my cocktail.
Oh, okay.
No, it's not. It's called margarita, but AKA happiness.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah, what's going on?
Ariel's a very nice guy. Oh, so glad you guys think so. What do you think about Texas Roadhouse?
I
I'm
enjoy
not sure
Texas
if-
Roadhouse.
Okay, what is that? Okay.
Yeah, it's just a barbecue place
Okay.
to eat. I enjoy it. If you want a good Texas spot in New York City, it's right around the corner from my hotel.
Oh, interesting.
Hands down, I actually ordered my whole holiday feast from them. They're called Hill Country Barbecue.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God. They sell Texas soda there too. Big Red is a huge soda in Texas. So they sell it there. They have nothing but like Texas style beer. They have, what did we order? Oh my God, I'm blanking. Brisket, which
Brisket,
is
okay.
cooked exactly how we do it in Texas. So when you're
Slow
in New York
cooked,
City,
yeah.
stay here and then go there to have some lunch.
Right.
Oh my God. So amazing.
And it's rare. It's still rare to find brisket in New York. I mean, like it's a very time intensive thing
Yeah.
to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
But okay, so a lot of people argue that New York City is one of the barbecue capitals of the U.S.
That's odd.
along with Texas, which is the barbecue capital of Texas.
A lot of people, well, I mean, I don't know. This is a very
Yeah.
hot
I mean,
topic.
from what
Like, it's
from
a
what you know
very-
of.
Right.
Everyone do your own research after.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's a very weird topic. Actually, Netflix put out Chef's Barbecue, the whole series there, and they didn't feature anything in Texas, actually.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Because
So-
there's North Carolina. There's
Yeah. Oh my God, which has
Tennessee.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, North Carolina is probably one of the best places I've eaten barbecue, and I'm from Texas, so
And then Virginia as well does.
yeah. I don't know. It's hard to say.
So how is barbecue here aside from hill country, like the general scene?
No comment.
Live video, you can't edit out
I
that
know.
face.
I can't play poker because of this face. So I'll say Hill Country's been the best.
Okay, that's
hands
cool.
down.
So try Hill Country right next
Yes.
door once
Texas
you stay.
equals brisket. Yes.
As you're staying here in the Inside Nomad,
Yes.
take it to go, eat
I
it,
will walk you over there and have a margarita with you. So
or take it to go, eat it right by the window side, like I did
Yes.
with my breakfast.
yes. Oh, that's a perfect idea.
Southern states are known for the barbecue. Indeed, they are. And rub is better when sauced. Oh, interesting.
And when it's like cooked for 12 hours or more.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you.
Ooh, beautiful.
Ooh, looks amazing. Look at that.
Thank you.
So here we have a Negroni. So let's
Yes.
try their house Negroni. So they have a few house cocktails, which I tried the other one, the Castaway.
Castaway.
And this is their own Negroni as well. So
Yes.
cheers. Let's try it out. Everything I expect the Negroni to be.
Good, good.
That's great.
You're
That's-
braver than me. I don't drink like anything aside from margaritas.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
No.
But isn't margaritas deceptively weak tasting, but actually very strong?
Yes.
Yeah.
They trick you. And people can mess them up too. So we don't mess them up here, which is why I enjoy them.
Because there's a place in Nolita in New York where they do frozen margaritas. And it's like $5.
Ooh,
And
the
the
price just sounds delicious.
And since they're frozen, they have a bunch of sugar. You don't taste at all. That's maybe about 50% rum.
Yeah, yeah. Ooh,
get
and all the sugar gives you such a terrible hangover.
You get drunk very quickly.
Yeah. Doesn't sound good, but
Nothing
still
beats a
sounds
good margarita, says Wendy.
Yes,
Right.
I agree.
And Marguerite from Ireland, welcome.
Hi.
Edwin says, what's the signature drink of the Wilson,
The Castaway.
the Castaway?
Yeah, because it's a play on the name Wilson, you know.
There's also a cocktail called the Tom Hanks.
Yes, yes, there is, which is a new addition to the menu. So,
So if you want to drink a little bit of Tom Hanks, you can do it here.
yes.
Yeah.
And you can take a picture. We have a Wilson somewhere,
It's downstairs,
Yeah.
right by or right towards the bathroom.
right around the corner. Yeah.
Okay, so question. Have either of you tried dry aged steak? So there's a hanger steak here.
Yes.
How's the steak here?
It's pretty good, but I don't believe it's the 21
Okay,
day
it's not.
sort of deal.
Because
but
that's more specialized. You have to go to a different
The
restaurant.
steak
for
here
that.
is pretty good. Yeah, and it's plated so beautifully.
Oh, cool. So have you tried the steakhouses here in New York City?
I haven't, no.
Is steak a Texan thing?
It
Because-
is, which is why I'm scared to try it.
Okay.
When I was a tourist, I did go to Peter Luger. This was like 12 years ago when I
Right.
was still a tourist, and it was fantastic. A lot of money, but it was still fantastic. So that was years ago, and being a New Yorker now, I'm more just kind of, I cook a lot because it's a little expensive here in the city, and I do the bacon, egg, and cheese, all the time. Do the brunches on the weekend where I'll do chicken and waffles or whatever. So
You said it the right way. You said it all in one word.
bacon, egg, and cheese, yeah. It's just the
It's not 4 words. It's with just one word.
one, yes.
All right,
Morton
Austin.
Steakhouse, yeah.
What do you think about Austin?
Love Austin. Love it. They have great places to visit and things to do, and it's a very young town because they have UT Austin there, and then they have a few other colleges that are like liberal arts colleges. So, oh my God, it's fun. Especially whenever it's like a football weekend,
Yeah.
forget it.
Oh yeah,
It's a
definitely.
party.
So Maria says she's underage and vegan.
Okay.
What is there good that's vegan here?
They have a lot of different things to choose from on
Yeah,
the menu that
yeah.
are vegan.
Yeah.
So yeah, we definitely offer vegan and vegetarian options. I'm blanking right now on the menu, but there's
We
there's
can
a
find
lot
out,
of-
but
yes.
there's a few of them. And then if you're underage and want a cocktail, you can ask for
mocktail.
a mocktail. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
And you can do a mock margarita, virgin margarita.
Yes, it'll still taste just as delicious, very limey, and give a little kick still.
And generally, with any bar that is a full bar like this one here at the Wilson, you can also ask for a virgin mojito.
Yes.
You can ask for, they might accommodate for a virgin of one of their house cocktails.
Yes,
So
and
they
when
might be
I-
able to make a, sorry to interrupt,
No,
they
no,
might
no.
be able to make a Castaway that's a mocktail version of it.
Yes, and if you like to do the mocktails, what I used to personally do when I bartended back in the day was pineapple juice and like orange juice and a splash of cranberry. Oh my God, like just the fruit juices all together taste so good. So ask for
Right.
that at a bar. They'll do it.
Right.
Yeah.
And there you can have that cocktail experience while drinking with if you're with family or friends
Yeah,
or whatever.
Because you don't need alcohol to have fun. You can,
Right.
have good juices.
And always the bartenders in most restaurants and definitely here, you can always feel free to ask for recommendations. They'll help you guide along what you want to drink.
I bartended for just a brief amount of time while I was going to school here, and it was amazing. And I met
Right.
some of the most unique people. So yeah, and bartenders
Mm-hmm.
are talkers. We'll chat you up and we'll make your drink how you want it. So
Right.
yeah.
So like, what is like the hardest part of hospitality? I'm curious.
That's a good question. The hardest part about hospitality is just, everybody is so, everybody has different expectations, right?
Right.
And so you want to make everybody happy. And that's kind of the difficult thing is, what makes one person happy might not make the next person happy. So that's the hard part is just trying to make sure everybody's okay. You want to make sure that they're comfortable. Whenever you travel, you're not in your normal space, right? So sometimes people can come in with just different attitudes and approach very different. And again, I'm very accommodating however I can be. So when they don't respond the way I think they're going to respond, it gets a little difficult. So I will say that's one of the hard parts is, when people just don't receive what you're giving and you're trying to be nice and they're just shutting it down. But we're all trained to just remember that everybody's different,
Yeah,
so
of course.
you can't expect everybody to be happy with what you give them, but you have
Right.
to just try.
Right.
And you have to. The best piece of advice was putting yourself in their shoes. What if you got off of like a 24-hour flight?
Oh, it's amazing. What do you recommend for dessert?
Yeah.
Oh, carrot cake for two.
Okay.
Or that, and then I'll send out like a cookie for you to share too, because she's known for a cookie.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, we're known for the cookie.
All right, let's try that
All
out.
right,
Thank you.
perfect.
Thank you.
M. Joy says, can't drink sweet drinks. I'm a tequila and Guinness person. They have that.
Oh yeah, we do.
Love talking journeys. When will you do a museum journey? Thank you so much, M. Joy. So next museum journey, it's a bit tough. All the museums that are open are very strict about video. So
Yeah.
maybe not currently, but maybe soon you'll see something in a different city. But speaking of which, what's your favorite New York City museum in general?
Oh my God, the Met is just so powerful. The Met's amazing. It's a very basic answer. I'm sorry, but
Yeah, no, of course. I mean,
It's-
the Met is one of the best museums in
I
the world.
I know. That's
it's
so basic.
hard not to pick as your best.
I just felt so incredible there.
Well, a better question is, what's the favorite section in the Met?
Probably anything pertaining to music history because I was a musician as a kid.
Okay.
So I remember walking through the Met and seeing all these instruments and I was just like a kid in a candy store,
Yeah.
So anything, pertaining to music.
I know what you mean. I love that section of music because it tends to be emptier.
Yes, no one cares about it. I'm like, this is amazing. What are you talking about?
I usually visit it after the Indian section, which is my favorite.
Yes.
And it's also very empty. So I like going to that wing of the Met.
Right,
Because
right.
you're not bombarded by tourists.
100%. And it's
Which
nice.
is okay, but it's nice to have it to yourself.
Yeah, you could just take in the art and
Right.
enjoy, the scenery and read the little cards that has the history. I love to do that. So yeah, I agree with you. Wherever it's not poppin', go there because it'll be relaxing.
Right. So we're gonna have desserts. We're gonna try the dessert, and then we're gonna stick around for maybe about 15 more minutes. So feel free to ask Alexandra anything about living in New York. How long have you been in New York, Alexandra?
Since 2012, so 8 going on 9 years. Yeah.
Lisa says, hoping the Nomad will sponsor you again.
You're welcome back here anytime, please.
Maybe in the UK. Maybe in the
Yes,
UK.
I have people there. I know people. We have new hotels
They're
opening
contacts.
in the UK.
May Alexandra do a future video with you? Yeah.
I'm available for booking anytime.
You're definitely involved in the fashion world as well,
Yes.
and the dance world, which
Yes,
we
yes.
might think of something.
Oh, I'm ready for it.
How is online dating in New York City versus Texas? Sarah, great question.
That's a great question, Sarah. If you could see me like in real time.
And this applies to tourists as well, because some people like to travel they like to date while they travel.
Yes, which blew my mind. It was just like a whole new concept. It's difficult, I will say, in New York City compared to Texas, because in New York City you have so many people.
Yeah.
So I feel like people are easily distracted or just easily, I'm going like this because I'm referring to like dating apps, which, you know, are just, they're so, I don't know, overpopulated, I guess.
Right.
It's difficult. If anybody finds out the secret, just let
They're
me know.
overpopulated.
Yes,
Okay.
there's a zillion people to choose from. So yeah, it's a little tricky. In Texas, it's a little bit less populated.
So it's a little bit more focused.
Yeah. And I feel like people have different aspirations. Like some people in Texas are like ready to settle down. In New York, everyone's like career. So it's very different.
So you notice that Texas is a little bit more kind of focused on long term.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Which I don't blame them. You can buy a house for cheap and have a good career.
New York City, you literally have the entire spectrum. And sometimes you meet people who say they want long term and they actually want short term, and then vice versa.
Yeah.
So sometimes people send mixed messages in major cities like New York.
Yeah. It's been very interesting.
It's a fascinating world.
It is.
And okay, so if anyone has any questions, which city do you prefer? Like if you can, ideal, like unlimited money, unlimited resources, where would you live?
Probably New York.
Okay.
My second is Mexico City because I love Mexico City. But yeah, I think I fit in a city like New York very well. Not that I don't fit in back home, but it's just a different vibe. I like the New York City energy, and like, you know, there's always something to do and so many different people from different walks of life. And so yeah, New York is it.
New York is it. Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's hard to compete because
it's the best city in the world.
Because Texas doesn't have too much walkability, right? You can't walk around too much.
You have to drive everywhere.
Yeah. So it is a different lifestyle.
Yes.
Yeah. It requires more driving around car and kind of knowing specific places.
And the public transit is just so different. You know, New York City has so many options. You got buses, you got subways, you got trains, you got Uber, you got Lyft, you have everything. In San Antonio, I only know San Antonio as well as I do. You know, you have to drive, maybe take a Lyft. There's no trains. The buses are, you know, very limited, so it's hard to get around. New York City is just so easy.
Which is the case in most of the U.S. Buses are very limited. Yeah.
Correct.
And then, what would you recommend? What's the best city for a beginner going to Texas as a tourist?
I mean, I'm gonna biasly say San Antonio.
Yeah, of course. Okay, what would you recommend them to visit in San Antonio as a first-time tourist?
The Riverwalk. The Riverwalk is, you know, the staple of the city, and there's a lot of just interesting things to see. The Alamo is right there by the Riverwalk. You know, there's a lot of great hotels that are very historic and everything like that. So I'd highly recommend that.
So Lisa says, Alexandra, you're beautiful, and thank you for being so kind to Ariel. This is wonderful.
Oh, thanks, Lisa.
Thank you for the kind comment, Lisa.
Yes, that's awesome.
Tokyo. Let us know what's your favorite city. For Mike, it's Tokyo. That's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Where have you been abroad?
I've been a few places abroad. A lot of stuff in Mexico. I just got back from Mexico before the shutdown and everything. But I've been to Paris. I've been to Cuba before we couldn't, you know, when there was like this weird, you can't go. I went to Cuba. But yeah, I do a lot of domestic travel.
Oh, cool.
A lot of domestic, but international, Paris, Mexico, Cuba. That's pretty much it.
I can't wait to go to Cuba. It seems like such a beautiful place. There's so much history there.
My goodness, Cuba was incredible.
And the people there are
you would love it
kind
since
of
you like
warm
history.
and also,
Oh my God, it feels like you're in a history book when you're in Cuba.
cool.
And the people are just so wonderfully nice and welcoming, and the food is good, and oh my goodness, I can't recommend it enough. And I went to Havana, so.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes.
Unfortunately for it looking like a history book, there is also no cell service.
None.
So they're very true to their historical roots.
So my tradition when I travel is to always get a tattoo. So when I was in Cuba, I had a very hard time pulling up my picture, so I had to explain it in my terrible Spanish, and they figured it out, and they got me a great tattoo, so it was awesome.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, Cuba's incredible. Highly recommend it.
Oh, that's awesome. I think the dessert's coming.
Oh.
All right, perfect.
Maybe this one
Yes.
here.
Thank you.
Oh,
some
wow.
carrot cake.
Ooh, wonderful.
We're gonna split it, but we just had to, for presentation purposes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Put it together.
Okay.
Thank
Awesome.
you, dear.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Wow, this looks good. Wonderful. I'm actually going to take this. Yeah, to go. Yeah,
And I'll
take it.
still work on this. Thank you.
You can box that up, yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Wonderful.
Awesome. Are you ready for the dessert?
Yeah.
I want to
Wow.
show the lovely audience
Oh my
here.
God. Which one's time sensitive? The cookies are time sensitive. Actually, so here's the carrot cake. Look at that. Beautiful. But let's try the cookies because
Yes.
they're warm.
I love that question. How did I adjust to the cold winters? I'm still adjusting. 9 years later.
With these industrial heaters, you'll have no problem
I know.
adjusting to
You
the
can't
cold
even feel like
winter.
we're outside because of the heater. All right.
Wow, look at that. So what type of cookie is this?
I built
It's a salted chocolate chip cookie.
salted chocolate
chocolate
chip
chip.
cookie.
Salt on a chocolate chip, it's the secret ingredient to an amazing chocolate chip.
And then
And what's
what
that?
comes with
just
it?
made like a milk foam for you guys to
Oh,
dip it in, and then the smashed carrot cake,
Yeah.
and then it's a rum raisin ice cream on top.
Oh, okay,
Incredible.
that sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, are we ready?
right.
I'll let you take the dipping since you're our guest.
All right, cool, awesome.
Take that over.
I'll do dipping.
Yeah.
I usually don't like milk, but I'll do
Just a little dip.
a little dip. Yeah.
Ready?
Oh wow,
This is so good.
that's very soft and chewy. Oh, I love it.
If you can bake a cookie right like that, oh my God. It's so delicious. Yeah.
So Mo, they do accommodate for conferences.
Yes, we do. We have 3 meeting and event spaces here. We specialize in smaller meetings, but happy to accommodate you here at the Wilson. We can do private parties in the lower level for about 100. So we have a few different options here at the hotel.
And is it soft or crunchy? It's literally both.
Both.
Literally both. The key to a great cookie, at least the kind of more of the American style, not so much like kind of Italian American style, they're different. The key to an American style cookie is crunchy on the outside and soft and chewy on the inside. Thank you.
Thank you.
Soft and chewy on the inside. So that is perfect combination.
Yes.
And it's very, very chewy on the inside. I don't know how you guys got it so chewy, even though it's such a thin cookie.
I'm gonna have to spy on the kitchen.
Right, you gotta get some intel.
I'm gonna move my office to the kitchen.
They're doing something with their sauces and they're doing something with the cookies.
It's magic.
Something's up. It's mouth-watering, says Roseanne. And was the chef on Hell's Kitchen?
No, and that was actually our general manager
Okay,
for the
okay.
restaurant, but she was not. Maybe she has a doppelganger out there.
Maybe, yeah. Excuse me, one more question. Where are you located? This is, oh, I'll let you.
Wait, you say it the New Yorker way. I'll let you say it.
We're on 27th and 7th.
I would just give the address because I'm not a real New Yorker.
On the INNSIDE New York Nomad Hotel.
There you go. On
Yeah.
27th and 7th.
Yeah. Which is very centrally located, next to all the sites in Midtown Manhattan, and within train distance of all the sites in downtown.
Oh yeah.
So everything you need as a tourist is close by. And is that brown sugar make it chewy? Yeah. There's a nice little brown sugar, and there's a lot of salt. There's salt on it, so it has a little
Yes.
nice kick to it.
So freaking good.
Will you be taking? Thank you kindly. You're so welcome. And New Year's, is there a New Year's special in the hotel, or do you do anything for New Year's? I know with the pandemic things might be different, but
Right.
how about generally?
And if we didn't have a pandemic, absolutely.
Yeah.
But because of the situation now, we are. I was like, no.
Still time to eat, yeah.
Yeah. Because of the situation now, we're not. But normally we have an event
Right.
every New Year's Eve. So
Well, that's cool. Okay, that's awesome. And how about for the restaurant? Is it open,
Yes.
or is there a party?
Yeah.
Okay.
there's a party.
Is there prefix type of deal? Okay.
Prefix. You got champagne. A lot of good stuff happening here.
And let me see if I got any other questions. What are your plans for Christmas? Since you're not staying home in New York, in Texas, I am with family because they're already here. But how about yourself?
Staying here in
Okay.
New York, ordering from Hill Country for some Texas food.
Oh, that's good.
Actually,
That's good.
I'm getting that, and I'm
awesome.
ordering tamales from San Antonio.
Oh, tamales. Oh, that's wonderful. Ooh.
Tamales are very.
Where do you get your tamales here in New York City?
Oh, I don't. I just order them from Texas.
You are aware that there's great Mexican tamales here, in Queens specifically.
See, that's where I'm like, I don't know.
They're not Americans. They're like they make the northern Mexican style.
I'm what you call terca in Spanish. I'm hard-headed, you know.
Hard-headed, yeah.
So I order from San Antonio just to get a little bit of home here, you know.
It's funny, tamales is like the Mexican version of Puerto Rican pasteles. If you remember pasteles,
yes.
yeah.
So
it's a Christmas treat for Tejanos.
Yes, for Tejanos, and we celebrate on Christmas Eve. We celebrate the 24th.
Is Tejano an identity in Texas?
Yes, it very much is.
Okay.
Folks that are of Chicano, you know, Mexican background, born and raised in Texas, like myself. And actually, I have 3 generations in Texas. So my parents are from Texas.
Oh, wow. Okay.
My grandparents are from Texas. My great-grandparents are from Mexico. And then everything is Mexico beyond that, on both sides.
And they still retain the culture? Like,
Absolutely, absolutely. I will say the
fascinating.
language was lost a little bit between my parents' culture and mine. Just because a lot of the times my grandparents wanted to assimilate as best as they could and speak English in public and all that. So the language was a little lost, but you know, I try where I can.
Right.
And I can get by when I'm in Mexico. And you know, I love my culture and I love being Tejana, and yeah.
¿Dónde está la biblioteca? That's all you gotta know.
That's all you gotta know.
That's a joke in America
Yes.
that people say, which means where is the library?
Yeah.
That's funny. All right, let's try this other cake. So
That's right.
scoop out first. Yeah, you haven't used that yet. So scoop out.
I don't even know where to begin. Let's do
I
it
definitely won't eat all of that.
No.
So scoop out as
Okay,
much
there
as
we
you
go.
want. You sure that's all
Yes,
you want?
yes.
You don't want to serve more to yourself?
Please. You're our guest. You're our
Definitely
guest.
not going to finish this.
I know, but it's okay. You're our guest.
All right.
all right.
So here's try carrot cake
There you
with
go.
rum raisin. Oh my God.
Oh,
look
you
at
did a
that.
real scoop, yeah. There you go.
All right, let's
Ready?
try this out.
How good is that?
I love that carrot cake.
Mm-hmm.
It has actual carrot pieces in it. And this rum raisin,
Yeah,
and this cream cheese, it's so interesting.
that is legit.
It's just like a deconstructed carrot cake. I like it. You're tasting all the elements differently. It's so good. I love
That is
the
legit.
The actual cake is really, really good. Wow.
It's like moist, and you can taste the carrot, yeah, and that cream cheese.
Could someone like make an award and give it to the chef because she deserves it?
Yes, our restaurant's wonderful. You don't even have to be a guest if you want to eat
Okay.
here. So please, when you're in New York City, come by.
What's the chef's name so people know?
Chef Adrienne. I
Okay.
don't want to butcher her last name.
Okay.
Because it's difficult for me to pronounce. But you know, if you go to the WilsonNYC.com, you can see the lovely photos of her and her background. She is a native New Yorker. I believe born in Brooklyn, or Brooklyn or Queens.
Oh, cool.
That's
Okay.
where my Texanness comes in. I forget sometimes. But yeah, Chef A is what we call her here at the hotel.
Well, that's so
Chef
awesome.
A.
And where can people find more about the Wilson?
IGChospitality.com. So they're the management company for the Wilson. And IGC has a few locations in New York City. They're a very great hospitality company, and we trust them here at the hotel, obviously. They
Right.
run our restaurant fantastically. So you can go to IGChospitality.com.
Ooh, cool. Check out the Wilson. It's an inside Nomad Hotel.
Yes. The inside, yeah.
And now-
Play on the inside with 2 N's.
Any websites for hospitality administrative jobs? What do you recommend for?
LinkedIn is a fantastic place to start if you're looking for hospitality. Go to LinkedIn. It's a great resource for hospitality.
And Caitlin says, where do you get your tamales? From who in Texas?
There's 2 places.
Okay.
San Antonio has a place called Delicious Tamales, and then there's another place in San Antonio called Delia's Tamales. So
Delia. Oh, that's
Delia's, or my grandmother, but she refuses to sell them by the bulk. So sorry.
And Valerie says, what flavor? This was rum raisin ice cream.
Yes.
Cream cheese frosting and carrot cake.
Tamales en menudo. I saw somebody wrote that. Yes.
Oh, interesting.
That is. Oh, the hangover cure too.
Roseanne says, what an enjoyable evening. We had dinner with both of you. We had Mexican.
Oh, nice.
You guys had Mexican. Oh, that's so awesome. Cool.
Jealous. Although this is fantastic.
And And my husband has the same LGBT scarf as you. Oh, interesting. And this is not necessarily anything LGBT related,
It's
but
just
I do
fashionable.
also have an LGBT scarf. Queens has very tasty tamale places, yes.
Good to know.
So maybe we'll do a video and I'll show Alexandra all the tamales.
I
of
would
Queens.
die.
There's one lady who does tamales underneath the train
Oh,
station.
I trust her.
She
I
wakes
trust
up
her.
like at 3 a.m. to start making tamales each
Probably,
day.
yeah, I trust her already. You don't even have to sell me anymore on it. I'm there.
And Wendy says, Ariel, go walk it off. It's extremely cold today. It might look warm here because of these industrial
It's very
heaters.
warm in here.
But it's very cold outside. So I might not do a walk. And let's see.
It's a little icy out there, so.
It is. It's starting to get icy because the
Yeah.
temperatures are dipping. And I just putting on weight just watching you guys, says Steve.
It's all right. It's yummy.
And people say I should have my own TV show, but you have aspirations to do TV, if I may say so publicly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Theater, preferably.
Okay, theater. Okay, theater.
But, love the TV.
Awesome. And let's see. Any recommendations on cakes or pies at the Wilson? So we had the carrot cake, but is there another
Yes.
one?
There is a cookie, or we call it a cookie skillet. So it feels kind of like a cake, but it's a big cookie skillet. So, I mean, this is probably the more popular one.
Oh, that's
This
awesome.
carrot cake, yeah.
And John asked, what's the, how many foreigners usually come into the hotel versus domestic travelers?
That's a great question because our company is a Spanish company, Melia. Melia Hotels is
Right.
based in Spain, but the Inside is also a German brand. So we're kind of what I joked with you the other day is we're a Spanish-German baby of a hotel. So a lot of our feeder market is Spain and Germany and the UK. So we do get a lot of international folks right now because of the travel situation. We get mostly folks from the tri-state area, but in a normal, pre-COVID, we were getting a lot of the Spaniards, a lot of folks from the UK, a lot of folks from Germany, and a lot of folks from the Caribbean because they know our name. They know Melia Hotels. We're known for our resorts worldwide. So we're the only one in the US as far as an Inside goes. We have one other Melia in Orlando. But yeah, so we get a mix of people. Probably 50-50, to be honest, before pandemic. Right now, it's just a little different.
And as we answered with Mo about conferences, you also get business travelers.
Yes,
Yeah.
so we're right in the heart of Chelsea. I mean, we got a lot of big businesses around here that love our hotel because it's different. It's not like the other cookie cutter places. So
Right.
a lot of business travelers.
And for any new time travelers coming to New York, what's your number one recommendation for them to do or see?
That's hard. I don't know. It depends on what they like.
Yeah, it depends on the
Depends on what
person.
you like. Also, I probably
But
would
someone
be,
who has no idea about New York, they literally don't know anything about it.
That's a hard
Yeah.
question. Maybe going to Central Park and just taking it all in, or maybe going to the stairs at 42nd Street and taking it all in,
Right.
or downtown and taking it all in.
So walk and take it all in.
The
That's-
worst person to ask. I'm just gonna be like, do this, do this, do this, do this. Gemini in me.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. This was a outdoor dining experience. It's just we have gigantic industrial heaters here at the
Yes.
Wilson, so you can come in if you're in the New York area and want to have a nice meal, or if you want to stay in the hotel. There's great deals because
Yes.
it's special times. So everyone, thank you so much for watching. Check out Inside New York Nomad. What's the Instagram?
At Inside New York. If you want to mention Ariel, I'll give you a great deal, I promise. So
Awesome.
if you discovered us through this, please mention it and I'll be happy to take care of you.
Okay, cool. So there might be an Urbanist discount.
Yeah,
That's
Urbanist
awesome.
discount all the way.
Switzer says 149. Thank you so much for the super chat. And one final practical thing is, oh yeah, what is your Instagram so people can follow you because we learned
Me
about you.
personally,
Yeah.
sure. It's at Miss Alexandra Castro, MISS Alexandra Castro, spelled just like that.
Right, but no relation.
No relation
No relation.
to the other person. Which try going to Cuba with that last name. Let me tell you,
Right.
I was stuck in customs twice.
All right, her link is down in the comments as well for the Inside Nomad. Everyone, keep being awesome and always keep on exploring. Have a good day, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you, Switzer, for another super chat. All right, and I always do a wave goodbye. Let's do a wave goodbye
That's
to
right.
the food.
That's right.
Bye.
Bye.
And off to the heaters.